Hey dolls! Welcome back to Featured Faces, a series where we examine some of Barbie's most iconic face molds. For this episode, we're taking a deep dive, the deepest of deep dives so far in the Featured Faces series, actually. Today, we're taking a close look at what I think is one of the most talked about face molds right now, and that is the ODILE sculpt. Yeah, I feel like a ton of doll collectors are obsessed with this face mold right now, myself included, and I think you'll see why by the end of this video. First, I'm gonna walk you through the complete history of this face mold, and I'll show you every single doll that uses this sculpt, including unreleased prototypes and official one-of-a-kind Barbies, and then I'll show you some real-life examples of dolls that use this face mold. Yes, I managed to get a couple for this video. We'll just go with that it was just for this video and not just because I wanted to get them. But yeah, I am so hyped. This is by far the most in-depth Featured Faces episode. Grab a snack, grab some water, and a notebook. You might want to take notes for this one. And let's get started. This face mold is actually pretty new. It premiered on the Flight of Fashion Barbie in 2020. And she's a stunner, isn't she? Designed by Angel Kent, this doll was the winner of the 2019 Doll Design Showdown, a poll where participants voted for the design that they wanted to be made into a doll. Anybody could vote, but the winning Barbie was only sold to Barbie signature members with platinum or gold status. There were 4 designs, and then the 2 sketches with the most votes got made into prototype dolls. And here is what they look like. It looks like no matter what, this doll would have used this face mold. However, it's important to note that one has a closed mouth and one has an open mouth. So there are 2 variations of this face mold. Put a pin in that, we'll get back to it later. This is the official Flight of Fashion Barbie. This is the doll that won. She mostly looks the same as her prototype, but there are a couple of subtle differences, so I want to take a second and point them out just for fun. Starting off with articulation, it looks like the prototype was on a model muse body, whereas the actual doll has some articulation, which I personally would prefer. The actual doll also has side glancing eyes, and her headpiece is darker as well. If you notice any other differences, feel free to share. The ODILE face mold was used once again in the following year's Doll Design Showdown contest. This time, the theme was mermaids. Looking at these pictures, she kind of has some similar features, other than the face mold obviously, to the last year's Doll Design Showdown prototype doll. That's interesting. Anyway, this one is called Queen Ocean. She also has the open mouth variation, and it looks like she's articulated too. I'm curious, I wonder what the other doll's face mold would have been. The Queen Ocean doll did not win the Doll Design Showdown, so she was ultimately never produced. The next doll to use the ODILE face was also a mermaid, interestingly enough, and she actually looks fairly similar to the last mermaid, but there are still significant differences. This is the Caribbean Princess Mermaid Barbie from 2022. She's a one-of-a-kind doll, and she was made for the National Barbie Doll Collectors Convention 2022 silent auction. I can't believe I said that on the first try. That is so hard to say. So far, the Flight of Fashion Barbie was the only doll with the ODILE sculpt until the 2022 Walmart exclusive Holiday Barbie came along. I remember this doll was so sought after when she was first released, and honestly, I feel like she still has a very high demand. One of my biggest regrets as a doll collector is not getting this doll. I know I'm being so dramatic with this, but I saw her for $20 on Black Friday in 2022, okay, and I passed it up. And here's why, because I was like, oh, everyone else is getting her right now. I don't want to be like other collectors. I don't want to be too mainstream, and she's not articulated, so I'd have to buy another doll and rebody her. But honestly, I was just making excuses that I didn't want to be basic. That was really the root of it. But times have changed. I'm over that mentality, and now I think if I like a doll, I'm just gonna get it. It doesn't matter if she's popular, if everyone else hates her. I don't care. If I like the doll, I can get it. That's enough for me. Now, I don't care if everyone has this doll. I don't care if everyone wants her. She's that popular for a reason. One day, I'm gonna get her in my collection, and it's gonna be great. Anyway, tangent aside, the next time this face mold was used was for the Winter Fantasy Barbies, which were made exclusively for the 2023 National Barbie Doll Collectors Convention. So in other words, more collector dolls. In the same year, around the same time, another one-of-a-kind doll was made, the Coral Garden Bride Barbie, and she was made for the 2023 Mattel Live Auction. Interestingly, all of the Barbies I've shown you so far with the ODILE sculpt until this point are collector dolls. But this all changed with the 2024 mermaid dolls, which feature not one, but 2 dolls with the ODILE face mold. They're really spoiling us with this line.
I literally can't believe this.
I'm so excited to say that I was actually able to obtain both of these dolls for myself to show you for this video. Obviously, my dolls don't have tails because the sellers rebodied them onto made-to-move bodies, but they have a couple other customizations as well, which I did myself. They both have tattoos, and the purple ODILE has painted on freckles. This was my very first repaint. I have a recent video on my channel showing you the entire process if you're interested, and I have an additional video of my live reaction unboxing these dolls. So if you're just as captivated by the ODILE face mold as I am, I would highly recommend checking these videos out. Customizations aside, you can see that one ODILE has the closed mouth and the other has the open mouth variation, which means that the pink ODILE is the very first mass-produced doll to have the open mouth ODILE face mold. One more notable feature about these mermaids is that they're the first mass-produced ODILE dolls to have eyes looking straight ahead. I think that's really exciting. I'm very grateful to have both of them in my collection. I've really liked the ODILE face mold ever since I first saw it. Hey dolls! It's Editing Millie here, and I have 2 more dolls to show you. They weren't included initially because, honestly, I don't think they were even announced yet. I've been working on this video for a couple of months now. But anyway, here they are. Starting with this doll, she is the first in a new series called the Gala Collection. This is the Pink Premiere Barbie. I absolutely love the sparkle in her eyes. It's so pretty! This doll is a Club 59 member exclusive doll, which apparently Barbie Signature has also recently been rebranded to Club 59. I didn't know that either, so that's interesting. And the second doll I have to show you is the Juan Gabriel Barbie. Just like the rest of the ODILE Barbies, these 2 dolls were also designed by Angel Kent. And just like the rest of this collection, these 2 dolls also exemplify this face mold's versatility. As of the time that I am posting this video, I believe that these are all of the Barbies that have been made with the ODILE face mold. With a track record of such beautiful dolls, I hope to see this face mold used more in the future. It's become one of my favorites, and I know I'm not the only one. During my research for this video, I've seen so much positive feedback for this face mold in various comments, posts, and articles, and with good reason. I've even seen comments saying that they want ODILE to replace the Millie face. But I want to know what you think of the ODILE face mold. Which of the dolls you've seen today is your favorite? Do you have any dolls with this sculpt? Let's talk in the comments. And while you're at it, let me know which face mold you want to learn more about next. Thank you for watching the most in-depth episode of Featured Faces. If you want to see more gorgeous face molds, you can find the full Featured Faces playlist in the card and description. If you like this video, please subscribe if you want and watch my YouTube original series drama Mind Games. Also follow me on Instagram at MillieWillowsDoll for Barbie music covers, photography, and behind the scenes, and I will see you in these videos right here. Bye!